Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. What up, doe? It is Lions Talk with Smokin' Jeremy B. And we have breaking news. The Lions signed nickel cornerback Christian Izien, free agent from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster. He's 5'10" and 200 pounds. He's accidentally 2 inches taller than Amik Robertson. Am I saying he'll be as good? No. Am I saying he'll be bad? No. I'm saying it's a signing. We're making moves. It was a position of need. Maybe Rock Ya-Sin is going to be taking safety snaps because he's played at safety. We do not know at this time. So we made a move. We're still making moves. It's still happening. But we're not going to do anything the rest of the agency. Oh my God, we're going to sit on our hands. I'm sick of this narrative that's given out by fans that's given up already. We had a 9-8 season. They act like we had a 4-13 season. What up, though, JB? Lions rule, Bears rule, Packers are lactose intolerant, and the Vikings are actually queens. Well, yeah, if not, they at least have them on their cheerleading squad. So we signed a nickel cornerback.
Nice.
So what was our biggest problem last year? Was it defense, or was it the fact that our offense couldn't help because of the O-line on getting third downs? You tell me. Lions signed 5'10", 200-pound nickel corner Christian Izien today to a 1-year deal. So we got a nickel cornerback. 2 inches taller than Amik. Has a bigger vertical. Let's go. The Pacheco deal is so cheap. Even Kansas City's like, damn, maybe we should have just re-signed Pacheco. 1 year, $1.81 million. I don't know if they're ever going to play him at safety. That was his position, but he wasn't that good. We did not re-sign Tom Kennedy. We did not re-sign Trevor Nowaski. As of 4 p.m. yesterday, they became free agents because we did not tender them their RFA contract. They're gone. Oh, then I didn't see anything, but I'm glad we re-signed both of them then. Fantastic. I wanted Nowaski on the roster. He's been good depth. He was great on special teams last year. Made a couple plays in rotation. I'm sorry I woke up late. Don't care. I just know that the Christian Isian signing just happened at the free agent. I love Nowaski. SBSU, Canton High School out of the Detroit area, standout. I think he has a chance to do something now that he could be a little further up the depth chart. He's an outside linebacker by trade. Okay, great. So we got Nowaski and Tom Kennedy back. The good news about Tom Kennedy, he can't go to the practice squad again. He either makes the roster or he's gone. He was the nickel cornerback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the third time. Look him up. That's what I did. I had to look him up. I didn't know who he was, but he's 5'10", 200 pounds, and a nickel cornerback. I'm not saying he's the best thing since sliced bread. I had to look him up. Because he wasn't very good. He was not good at safety. Go look up the PFF grades. He had a 90 at running back. He had a 98 at special teams and only a 60-something at safety. We didn't draft him for safety. We drafted him for the running back and the special teams. Brad Holmes said that immediately. I'm not saying he can't play it, and maybe in a spot start, but I wouldn't suggest him for any length of time back there because he hasn't done it. This is his third season. We haven't used him at safety at all. But it's a good question, Chuck. Yeah, exactly. How do you know that? He averaged the exact same amount of yards per carry as Monty. So I'm just happy we're signing people still. Everybody says, oh, you're going to be done. Da, 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 da. I didn't say we were done. So we got Nowaski, we got Kennedy. I just know that yesterday they were released to free agency and they're back within 24 hours. Great. He was talking about Vaki. Oh, this one?
Nice.
Came from my soundboard. But we did sign a nickel corner, Christian Isian. We re-signed Nowaski. We re-signed Kennedy. Re-signing Kennedy to be the return man we lost in Liff. Probably will draft another return. We think we have one that's still developing. Let's don't forget we had 2 UDFAs we brought back. Oh, I'm just that the guy we got in the what was it 6th or 7th round. Oh, you mean this one? FTB! Fuck the Packers! Been doing that for years. I think that's why all the Lions fans love me, because I don't mind saying it. Fuck the Bears. The Vikings can get skull fucked. And fuck the Packers. Thank you, MDE. That was one of our longest shows, and you know what? Yep, we still have Dominic Lovett. And I'll show you how much I mean it. The Vikings can get skull fucked. Fuck the Bears. And FTB! It's funny how they all talked so much shit but had the same exact amount of wins as us. The Vikings, the Packers. They had 9 wins just like us. I don't think we have the holes at cornerback. I just think it's linebacker, defensive end, and tackle. Ali gets him free safety. He's a nickel corner. He had 64 tackles last year, but he did play in all 17 games in rotation. So at least he stays healthy. Give him credit. He's 5'10 and 200 pounds, so he has a little bit of weight to him for a 5'10 guy. I like that. Yep. We got DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold. Lo and behold, I said nothing would happen. It's been 3 weeks. Not a single thing came out of Hillsborough County, other than the DA said there'll be no charges filed. So, miss me with that TA is a criminal. Miss me with all of that shit. So let's see what the latest cap update is. So far, they still have not added Larry Borom, Teddy Bridgewater, Christian Izien, Cade Mays, Isaiah Pacheco, Malcolm Rodriguez, Trevor Nowaski, or Tom Kennedy. And we still have, after Rock Ya-Sin got added, $34.3 million because almost $1 million of his money was incentives. What's up, Ricky? Good to see you, Ricky. Don't forget we got Jackson Meek, so don't say wide receiver's a hole. I think it's the backup tight end position is left, and edge is the main things we need to focus on, other than tackle. And I think we go tackle at 17 unless we trade back. I've been adamant about that since day one. It hasn't changed. And if you look, tackle is our biggest need. Borom is just a swing tackle. He is not a legit starter. Yes, I agree with that too. But anything that happens this year, you'll get the comp picks the next season. The Vikings are getting one for Kyrie Jackson, who passed away last year, and they probably will get one for Rondale Moore. We all remember that devastating news that happened back in February of last year when Kyrie Jackson died because a drunk driver hit him and his two other friends who actually did have a designated driver. Such awful news to hear about that. I don't know if he's a free agent. Let me look at the free agent list. So it does have it updated that Cade Mays will get 8.333 average, but not what the contract breakdowns is. That's why it's not updated yet. Some of that's going to be incentive money or bonus to make it so it doesn't hit the cap at the full 8.33. If Minnesota signs Kyler, they're going to have a professional Call of Duty player at quarterback. We better be shaking in our cleats. Hey, the only thing I can say is he's more athletic than Goff. I will give him that credit. But when that man can not even ride a roller coaster, that's him checking in at the Minneapolis airport. Our nickel corner that's 5'10" is bigger than him. Weighs more too. I am not afraid of what's going on in the North right now. Every team is taking a step back a little bit. Garrett Bradbury is not as good as Drew Dahlman. So at center, it's a downgrade. All he is a guy that finally stayed healthy and had a good year on a good team. And I'll leave it at that. He's a good center. I'm not knocking him, but he's not Drew Dahlman. No different than Cade May is not Frank Ragnow, but a definite upgrade from Graham Glasgow. That was on accident. He was able to stand upright and bend over. That's an improvement. And if you don't think Cade Mays is any good, go back and watch the last 6 weeks of the season when he was the starter at center for them, for the Panthers. I know he was one of the reasons why Braden Fiskey wasn't able to get through that offensive line. Braden Fiskey's not a little guy. One of the guys who's our first pick? I know it's 17 and 50. And I'm saying if all four of the main tackles are gone that I would like, and I'm going to give them in order. Francis Mauagawa is the best tackle this draft. Spencer Panu's second, Caleb Lomu's third, and then it's Monroe Freeling to me. Then Caden Proctor, then Max Ahinacor, in that order. If the top four, and that includes Monroe Freeling, is gone by 17, I say we either go edge, which at that point might be Akeem Messador, who's 25, was very productive, and Ruben Bain and him both feasted off the fact that the other player was good too. Right. So we're not getting Ed Oliver. I'm trying to. I like giving real news. Yeah. If you look, yeah, it's not because they compared it to people who played all year. So it was a lower PFF grade than anticipated for the season. Go look at the 6 games he started at center, the last 6 weeks of the season that he played. He ranked in the top 6 all through those 6 weeks. When he struggled with run protection, that was when he played guard at the beginning of the season for a few snaps when their guard was out a couple of games. That's not as, it was a position he played in college, but it hasn't been what he was trained for in the NFL. I love Cade Mays. I predicted he would be a Lion. When I looked at the money that everybody else wanted, I said, Cade Mays is my third best prospect as a free agent for the Lions, then technically number one. It's a good move for him, but it's kind of the same as getting Joey Bosa last year. It doesn't move the needle for me. Chubb didn't look that good with the Dolphins. He didn't look that good the last year with the Broncos. Now imagine what he could be. Right. That's what I'm saying. He came to a system that is known for coaching up young offensive linemen. The older ones, guess what? They can pretty much let them do whatever they want. Decker, you don't want to practice? Go ahead and stay home. Frank, you're hurt. You can't practice? Good. Just be ready for Sunday. That's the way we ran it with those guys. The young guys, we built them up. We coached them. Christian Mahogany. Look at Miles Frazier in the few games he did get in for the few snaps he was. Other than a couple of false starts, he actually looked good. I think we're good at the left guard position. I don't consider guard a need. So do I. And it's why I'm like, now we can do BPA of need. And that's where I'm at. It's best player available of need. So, like I said, if it's not Monroe Freeling, because I doubt Spencer Fanu or Caleb Lomo falls to 17, and Lomo's more of a right tackle, Fanu's the left tackle. Fanu's the one I want, but he'll go ahead of that. I say Monroe Freeling at 17, or trade back. Because if you're worried about Messidor's age at 25, which I'm not, he'll be 26 to start the season. That's not old. That's just coming into your prime. And that was due to an injury he had early in his college career. That's why he was able to spend that long in college. That and coupled with NIL deals where you probably make more than you do most of the picks in the draft other than first round, I'd want to stay in college too. NIL needs to have something done to reel it in. It's getting crazy, these amounts. And now it's trickling into high schools. Michigan, Ohio, Georgia, Florida, all of them have high school NIL deals, and that's crazy. I don't understand what's going on in the world today. Amateur sports is no longer amateur. You are semi-pro if you're getting paid. Period. If you are a tournament softball player, you are a semi-pro softball player. You pay to play, but yet, if you win, you can make money, correct? And that's split equally throughout the team. The manager gets X amount of percentage and everybody else gets an even split down the line. Good morning, old man Steve. So let's review what we did do this week. So we traded Demo for OL lineman Juice Scruggs, a 4th and a 7th. Within an hour of the tampering period started, the center Cade Mays was signed, and then Larry Borom. Then day 2 begins with running back Isaiah Pacheco on a 1-year, $1.81 million deal. Then the resignings of Malcolm Rodriguez, followed by Rock Ya-Sin, who signed for a $4 million 1-year deal. Then we signed Teddy Bridgewater back to the team because we lost Kyle Allen. I still would draft a quarterback to develop late. Then day 3, I told everybody Monday and Tuesday that I heard the restructure was done. It was just waiting for Goff to sign, and it's going to clear up about $40 million in cap. Boom. It gets announced. $40 million in cap save. creating $32 million of extra cap space that we did not have. And what's significant about that amount of being at $37.5 million? That allows you to sign your free agents and sign your entire draft class without having to restructure anybody. It's not enough for a splash deal. I'm making that abundantly clear. So let's see, this year we're 28th in spending. According to what we've done, our total contracts right now is $28.2 million. The cap hit is 16.6. That means, other than draft picks, we have about 2.8 million left to sign. I don't think we need a guard. I've been saying this and nobody listens. We don't need a guard. Jennings Dunker is not a tackle. He's a guard. We got Juice Scruggs, Graham Glasgow, Miles Frazier, Tate Ratledge, all on the roster. We have 4 guards already. We don't have a backup center. Kingsley Edgecombe, gone. Tristan Colon, gone. Don't give 2 fucks. They were trash. Glasgow, gone. Saving $5.5 million in cap. Taylor Decker saved 11.4. I'd rather get somebody unknown. The only draft class that you guys know are what was at the combine. There are 120 other quarterbacks out there that didn't play for a Division I school. Hello, Will Vogel. Right. You do it now. Goff is a free agent after 2029. Actually, 2028. That restructure didn't only cleared money for this year. Next year, he still has a $60 million cap. Austin, holy shit, you exist in the daytime, no less. So we got about 2.8 left million to spend. That's not much. So unless somebody is willing to really come back cheap, we're probably done in free agency unless we clear money. And if we clear money, it's not for a splash sign. That means you got to use your first round pick. I'm not using a first round pick on Ty Simpson. Kick rocks. He's awful. Ah, nice to know that. Are you going to be free for the show tonight? It'd be nice. Haven't seen you had a show in forever. He's considered a first rounder. You have to take him in the first round. I doubt it. There's teams that need a quarterback. I doubt it. Oh, it is only Thursday. I'm thinking it's Friday. Here I am reviewing everything like it's the end of the week. You're watching on the phone version. I have a regular one too. There's 2 different shows going live on YouTube. One is for phones and the other one's for tablets and computers and TVs. It has been. We did a 2.5 hour show last night. The last half hour was just Chicken Nugget and I. It's that time of the day. It's time to do mock draft 68. Oh, let me get back to it. Jesus. He is an unrestricted free agent in 29. We added 2 void years. The cap hits the next 2 seasons, 62.6 million. The dead cap is 61.2. The out year is 2028, where it'll save us 31 million. And that's a 69.6. So we really just moved this year's money to the next 2 seasons, and then 16 million in void years over the next 2 seasons after that in 29 and 20 and 30. He was always going to be a free agent in 29. It didn't add a year. We resigned him to 4 years in 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28. He's still a free agent after 28. It was not an extension. It was just a restructure. And instead of moving it all to 1 void year, Jesus, Michael, now I'm going to need therapy. Here we go. It is that time. Seven rounds fast, ESPN. Let me make sure that's on ESPN. I don't like that one. And that's the only trade offer I got? You got to be shitting me. Yeah, that's who we take. Mineral Freeling. Mm. 9.9, 6'4", 253. He's more of an outside linebacker in 3-4. Anthony Hill is a good off-ball linebacker, but I don't want to take one this early. Cassius Howell, another undersized guy. Let's just go to edge. This is the guy I love. It says 82. I think he's going to go in the second round. He's more 260-ish. The other guy I like is Danny. He's 6'6", and at 256, not 66 pounds. He actually got just as many sacks without Carter as he did with Carter, proving it was more him. But I like Hosea Trotter better, the lineage. Chris Johnson out of San Diego State, 6 foot. Keontae Scott out of Miami, only 5'11". Julian Neal, 6'2". Safeties. Kamari Ramsey is considered the best safety this draft, but I like Kilgore better. I'm going to go Gabe Jacobs. I think that's the perfect complement opposite Hutchinson. The hand pop and everything. The weird trades they're offering. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Bud Clark had a decent combine. Zakee Wheatley didn't run. Taft didn't run. VJ Payne, I believe, did. Had a great combine. Deshaun Singleton didn't run. Look at that. Kendall Daniels. This guy's shooting up the board because of his versatility. Oh, God. If I don't take him here, I'm probably not going to get him. But Landon Robertson had one hell of a combine, but Zane Durant stole the show. I think Zane Durant's the way we go here. Add the depth to our defensive tackle room. I think I'm going to take Kendall Daniels here. 6'5", 242-pound linebacker that also has safety skills. Yeah, BJ Payne's here. Good place to take him. Now I don't mind taking Andre Fuller. Patrick Sapp went away. Good. Don't want Ohio State guys anyways. George Gooms had a good drill day. This guy here out of UCF, I wish he wasn't light. This is a guy that I've been talking about. He wasn't in a combine invite. I like this kid. Be good depth. AJ Epinosa came to Detroit. We got him. Hell yes. Been talking about this kid. You're not bullshitting me. Did that really just happen? Let me try to confirm that. I see nothing confirmed yet. Oh, yeah, 100%. That's who I want. I've been saying that. All right. Back to the mock. And this is another big linebacker we could use. 6'7" and 221. But we only got 2 picks left. So I think I have to go offense here. And I think tight end's the bigger need. The guy I love is Riley Nowakowski because he also plays fullback. We don't have one. The quarterback I take all the time because go look him up. Go look up his stats. Jack Strand out of MSU Moorhead. 6'5", 240-pound, semi-athletic quarterback. Does know how to stay in the pocket until the pocket breaks down. 9 picks. Made every pick. No trades. You got me excited. I had to go look. I was like, what? We signed him? Yeah, you don't get me excited like that because like we already did one signing I said we'd do. If we got AJ Epinesa, I'd be good with it. Now let's see the results of mock draft 68. Yeah, no, he was saying Brad, go get him. If that happened while I was live, I'd be so happy. Monroe Feeling at 17, Gabe Jacobs at 50, Zane Durant at 118, Kendall Daniels, the big linebacker / safety out of Oklahoma. That he's actually a nickel cornerback that played in all 17 games in rotation. He's a safety / corner, but he played more snaps at nickel. Christian Izien, he's a solid tackler. He's 5'10" and 200 pounds, got a nice frame for him. So I think it's a good pickup because we had to replace Amik. It can't get worse. VJ Payne, the big safety out of Kansas State, they had one hell of a combine. Andre Fuller, one of our formal interviews. Jamon Tapp, an unknown out of Southern Mississippi, 6'3" and 275-pound edge. Riley Nowakowski, he's not really big enough to be a tight end, but he blocks like one, and he's a good fullback too at 6'2" and 245 out of Indiana, national championship, scored that rushing touchdown as a fullback. And Jack Strand, the 6'5", 240-pound quarterback out of MSU Moorhead. No trades, 9 picks, just drafted. I didn't get a backup center because we're probably going to get one in UDFA. Somebody we're not thinking of. Or there's going to be somebody that falls out of the draft due to injuries, like somebody that was supposed to be a first rounder, like a certain Kingsley Egglekun did. Remember, he was a top 5 center coming into the draft until he blew out his knee. Oh, trust me, I already grabbed my phone and looked. All right. So, yes, Tom Kennedy, Trevor Nowaski, and Christian Izien are all Lions. That's what happened today. We're still 11th in cap space, so all these stuff hit the roster. Cade Mays hasn't, Larry Borom hasn't, Teddy Bridgewater, Malcolm Rodriguez, Isaiah Pacheco, and now Christian Izien. I'm trying to see if Nowaski or Tom Kennedy's already has, because it's not even listed in the ones not there. Yep, so it was told that we grabbed Rock Yassin for 1 year, $4 million. It's 3.2 against the cap. The rest of it's incentives. Great signing. Yes. Build through draft, fill holes in free agency, the Brad Holmes way, all the time. We may not like who he gets, but for some reason, usually it works out. He was blindsided by Frank Ragnow, who told him he'd more than likely come back in February, by waiting till June 2nd to retire last year. And what did he say? I will not be caught with my pants down again. When Decker came back, he goes, fine, you want to be here? I'll extend you, but you're going to take a restructure. And what players, they don't always understand, nor do fans, what a restructure is. Yes, it's cutting down the amount of your game check, but you get more money up front. All of that void year money and everything else comes straight to you right then. So you get more upfront money, but you get less in your game check. And everybody just thinks about the game check. That's all that matters. And it's not. Love the fact that we made signings. We're still making moves. Everybody says, oh, they're done. They're not doing anything. Blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, we had more cap space to work with than the Packers, less than the Vikings, and more than the Bears. What are the Vikings doing? Are they saving all that money to overpay Kyler Murray, the Keebler elf? I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. God, I can't believe it's only Thursday. I will see you tomorrow at noon, because I thought this was Friday. I was ready for a weekend, let me tell you. It's been that type of week. But try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love, everybody. Peace, love, and chicken grease, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Jeremy B. Lines, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.